And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your State College Little Lions.
Welcome into Memorial Field, home of the State College High School Little Lions, for this week's football game between the Little Lions and the Eagles of Cumberland Valley. Cumberland Valley entering this one 1-2. State High entering 2-1 after their 2 overtime loss last week to Harrisburg, 48-45. Alongside my broadcast partner, Colin Crissey, I'm Adam Pietrzak. Happy to have you along with us. Colin, it's great to be back, my man.
It is great. It's another beautiful night here in State College. Could not ask for any weather better than this. And I'm excited for a game today. Should be another competitive game, and that's all you want when you come as a fan.
And that was quite the entertaining game we had last week. One that we were not expecting, with State High starting down 34 to 13, I believe it was, late in the game. They started up 13-0, but then led up 34 unanswered, ended up tying the game at 34 before going to overtime and losing by 3 points. Connor Kolka having a good game in that one, 15 of 24 passing, 121 yards with 3 touchdowns and a 114.8 QB rating. We had Deontay Sheffy with 23 carries in that one for 80 yards. But the important note for this game is we noticed pregame he is not in pads. It looks like we will be without Deontay Sheffy on the State High side tonight.
Yeah, that's a big loss. That's a Syracuse commit at running back for State High, someone who was really reliable for them. And so we're going to see who gets the carries now with his absence. But, yeah, like we were saying, big loss on that side today.
Looking like they might be looking to go through the air a lot tonight. We saw a good game from Demir Code last week. No touchdown, but 4 receptions, 73 yards, averaged 18.3 yards, and had a long reception of 35. Also, they got Jake Lukak involved, Keen Furmanek. Max Vendemia caught that 2-point conversion to send the game to overtime. So we'll see what State High's plan is this week with no Deontay Sheffy in there. But we got to look at Cumberland Valley. There was one guy we were talking about a lot before the game, and that is Tyler Merrill. He's a 4-star Notre Dame commit, also had offers from Penn State, Ohio State, Clemson, and Alabama. Colin, you want to go a little more in depth about Merrill for us? Yeah,
I mean, Tyler Merrill, offensive defensive lineman, big guy, 6'5", 320. Let's see, we got the coin toss here. State College won the toss and deferred. So Cumberland Valley will start with the ball first. But yeah, going back to what you were saying about Tyler Merrill, I mean, he's a guy who Penn State really wanted to get. We see him, he's a captain for his team. And the senior ended up going to South Bend. He's going to be part of the Fighting Irish next year, and he's someone to look out for. And then another guy to look out for is wide receiver number 11, Zayden Smith. He's 6'4", 205. He has an offer from Penn State, Ohio State, and others. So another guy kind of with some big Power 5 offers to look for in this game.
Yeah, it's a great place for Merrill to land, obviously. Notre Dame playing in the College Football Playoff National Championship last year, ended up losing that game to Ohio State, but looking to get better now for the future. And like you said with Smith, a guy Penn State could definitely land, a guy Ohio State could definitely land. We'll definitely keep our eyes on that, as it looks like the game about to begin here. As Colin said, State High won the toss, chose to defer, so they will receive the second half kickoff. They will be kicking off now to the left side of the field where Cumberland Valley will be receiving. And Shane Markowski is getting ready to send this one away as we're about to kick things off here from Memorial Field in State College, Pennsylvania. We'd like to thank you for tuning in with us tonight. Colin Crissey, Adam Pietrzak, Ben Barker on graphics, our entire CNET crew. Happy to have you along with us as we are seconds away from football here in State College. Markowski getting ready to send this one away. Elijah Sherman back to receive for Cumberland Valley as we are underway from Memorial Field. And Sherman will let that drop into the end zone, and we are about to get things started.
For a touchback. Cumberland Valley will have 1st and 10 at the Eagles 20.
It'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Cumberland Valley. And out comes the Eagles offense.
And Adam, I'm really looking forward to watching Rowan Zanoble again. Zanoble is a linebacker for this State High team. He had a great game last week against Harrisburg. Look out for number 43.
And it looks like Colton Stammy, the quarterback, out here for Cumberland Valley to get things started. And that is Sherman lined up in the backfield. Stamey takes a snap, he'll hand it off. Sherman running up the middle. Gains a couple yards on that play, gets just past the 20.
Elijah Sherman on the carry.
That'll set up a 2nd down situation for the Eagles.
Yep, and that was Trace Brennan. Trace Brennan had a huge interception last week against Harrisburg. He starts off the game with the 1st tackle for State High.
So a yard on the gain there. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Eagles from their 21-yard line.
Interesting look from State High, 3 down front. This is a Cumberland Valley team that likes to throw, and we see only 3 down linemen.
Snap to Stammy, he'll drop back. Looking toward the left side of the field, complete. That's Jaden Earl. Again, gets knocked down around the 30-yard line.
And that was a good tackle by Rowan Walker in the open field. Limit the big play. It's going to bring up about, what, 3rd and 5?
3rd and 4, it says,
4.
from the 26. So I was a couple yards shy there. Made it look like the 30.
And look at Zayden Smith, the big target.
Anyways, a 3rd down situation early here for the Eagles. State High looking to send them off the field. Stamey takes a snap, moves toward the right side, will fire, and incomplete. Pass was intended for Jaden Earl again.
Yep, and that was Cooper Ingold. Good PBU right there. 3 and out to start the game, exactly how you want it to go if you're State High.
Now it'll be 4th down and 4 for Cumberland Valley as they're about to send this one away. It'll be Hank Lustig back to receive for the Little Lions. Lustig had a good game last week. 1 reception, 1 yard, and a touchdown. And there were some early whistles here as the snap goes through, and a timeout called by State High. Maybe looking to ice the punter a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. You never really want to start the game with a timeout like that, especially we're just inside 1 minute into this game. But you never know. You know, there could be some personnel issues. You don't want a dumb penalty. You don't want to give them a free 1st down. So take the timeout. Make sure you get right here on this 1st drive.
Interesting strategy by State High for sure. But let's set the scene for you all listening with us. A beautiful 71 degrees here in State College. Beautiful sun starting to peek behind the buildings off into the distance. We've got fantastic weather for football tonight. Not a cloud in the sky. It's just the perfect weather, Colin.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really ask for much better when you're looking at September football. Big attendance tonight for this game, and you're not surprised why.
You know, I always love September football because the air still a little bit warm, not chilly yet, not quite in October, but we're getting there. All right, now we're going to punt. They
Short
sent
punt
away.
this time.
Short punt. Lustig will fall on it and goes just in front of the 40.
You know, that was actually a good job by Lustig. If he lets that ball bounce, Cumberland Valley gets better field position. Last week we saw that mistake from Elias Koch for Harrisburg. He let the ball bounce, got it around 15 or 20 yards of field position difference because he let it drop. But good job by Lustig fielding it. His dad, of course, Justin, is the special teams coordinator for Penn State, so that special teams lineage runs in the family, and he understood right there he could pick up some yards for his team. We're not letting that ball roll.
And now here we'll see the State High offense led by Connor Kolka. Had a good game last week. 121 yards passing, about a 63% completion percentage. And we'll see if he can get things going early here for the Little Lions. Takes a snap, hands it off, up the middle. And a nice gain there
Rowan Walker on
And that
the
was
carry
Rowan
for
Walker
State
stepping in just
Gain of
fine for
17
Deontay
to the
Sheffy, a
Cumberland Valley
17-yard gain.
That is a state high.
That is an early first down for the State High Little Lions.
Yeah, and great blocking up front from State High. You could have run a truck through that hole, and we got to see right there Rowan Walker, big first run of the game.
We'll see if he is the main back they used tonight. As he gets it once again, cuts up toward the left side, just gets a couple yards on that one.
Rowan Walker
Not as far as
carry,
the
gain
first
of 2.
play he had. 2 yards on that one, much less than 17, but
down State High.
second down and 8 for State High at the 38-yard line of Cumberland Valley. A great place to be this early on in the drive, and the weak punt from Cumberland Valley really helped out State High there.
Yeah, absolutely. You have one big play after a short punt, and now look where you're set up. You're inside the 40 of Cumberland Valley already.
Colquitt takes a snap, going to move out toward the right side. Fires it complete.
Connor Colquitt's pass is complete to Kellen Williams.
And that is complete to Kellen Williams on the right side.
Brody Pines.
Yeah, and Kellen Williams is really kind of a wild card for this team. We see him play some quarterback. We see him play some safety. We see him play some receiver. So a guy you want to get the ball, and he shows you right there. It's a pretty good gain. Make it 3rd and short.
So it'll be 3rd and 1 here for State High. Perhaps going back to Walker here, looking to pick up that first down. That's exactly what they do, and that's exactly what will happen. It's a first down for State High. Moving the chains.
Gain of 7.
Yeah, and I'm surprised State High got that big of a push. I mean, there was no deep safety back. Cumberland Valley was expecting run, but it didn't matter. When you have a great offensive line, that's what you can do to people. And they push them around and get a big first down there.
Look at that. Last week you were calling the plays. This week I'm calling the plays. Maybe I'm the Tony Romo of this week.
Maybe, maybe.
I don't know, Colin. Anyways, Coco will drop back toward the left side. Hits his man. That's complete. That's Demir Code.
Connor Colquitt's pass is
Or that was actually Lukac.
Lukac.
Sometimes it's hard to tell that 8 versus 6.
I struggled with that last week. You saw it, but we're looking to improve. We're looking to get better.
Absolutely. But yeah, just a throw in the flat and nothing doing there. Good job by the Eagles right there to limit a gain. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 for State High from the 24-yard line, looking to get into the end zone early like they did last week against Harrisburg. Started out up 13-0 with both their scores in the first quarter. So let's see if they can do the same here. Coco will hand it off. That's Walker. And he'll end up right around the 20-yard line, so about a 4 or 5 yard gain there.
Yeah, good lead block there by Lukac, DH back. He kind of comes across, cracks back, makes a good hole. And now you're going to set up 3rd and manageable. We got to see last week 3rd and medium. State High was actually able to run the ball for a first down with Deontay Sheffy. We'll see if that's in the strategy with Rowan Walker. But yeah, I mean, that's a huge advantage, like I said last week, to be able to run on 3rd and medium instead of have to pass. So we'll see what the game plan is here.
3rd and 6 from the 20-yard line for State High, looking to pick up another first down. Kolka fakes the handoff, goes toward the right side, complete. And I'm not sure they quite got there. Pass was complete to Hank Lustig.
And that was a great play by Brody Pines. An open field tackle, and now we're going to see Markowski come out.
No gain on the play.
No gain on that play. 4th and 6 from the 20, so it looks like Shane Markowski will come out and attempt a field goal for State High to try and give them an early 3-0 lead in this one.
Looks like around a 37, 38-yard field goal here.
37-yard attempt. From Markowski. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. And through.
This kid has a huge leg. That was right down the middle. No doubt.
State High gets on the board first. They lead 3-0 with 6:35 remaining in the first. Don't go anywhere.
Cumberland Valley, nothing. Fans, at this time, we would ask that you please stand as one for the Keller kickoff.
Welcome back to Memorial Field as State High took the lead with a 37-yard field goal from Shane Markowski, who now looks to boot this one away for Cumberland Valley's second possession of the game. Colin Crissey, Adam Pietrzak, happy to have you along with us. Thank you for tuning in on this Friday evening, as Markowski will send that one away. And it once again will head into the end zone for a touchback. Elijah Sherman let that one go.
I'm sorry, yeah, I was going to say, Markowski is such a weapon as a kicker to be able to have an automatic touchback like that, because Elijah Sherman's dangerous with the ball in his hands, so to be able to have a touchback, start them out at the 20, limit a big return. Good job here for State High early in this game.
So once again, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for Cumberland Valley. And we'll see more from Colton Stammy. Cumberland Valley 3 and out on their first possession. We'll see if they can do better here.
And Zayden Smith, the big target in the slot. We'll see if he gets the ball here.
Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle.
Rocco Bushman on
pretty much
the carry
no
for
gain
Cumberland
there.
Valley. Trace Brennan makes
That was
the hit
Rocco
in the
Bushman.
backfield. Loss of 2.
A loss of 2 actually on the play.
Yep, and Trace Brennan shot that gap. He's so far as a linebacker standing out. We mentioned Zanoble, but Brennan right there shoots the gap, makes the play behind the line.
That'll set up a 2nd and 13 situation from the 17-yard line. Not where you want to be for Cumberland Valley this early on into the game.
And look for Brody Pines. He's a great weapon for this team. He had a good game against Altoona last week. Let's see if he gets the ball here.
Sammy takes a snap. He's going to look to throw down the left side. It's complete. That's Zayden Smith.
Yeah, and you can see why he has offers from Penn State and Ohio State. He uses that big frame, box him out like he's rebounding in basketball.
Gain of 9.
And they're going to make this
8 on the play. It'll bring up
a lot more
third
manageable of a
down.
3rd down situation.
It was a 9-yard gain on the play. It'll set up 3rd and 4 for Cumberland Valley from the 26-yard line. So need to get to the 30 to keep this drive going, or else it could be another 3 and out for the Cumberland Valley Eagles. Stammy, that's actually not Stammy. That is Elijah Sherman who takes a snap and runs himself. Did he pick that up? He did not. It is 4th down.
He's about a yard short. We'll see what the strategy is for the Eagles. They're still inside their own 30.
1 yard short on that play.
And the punt team's coming out.
They will not be going for it on 4th and 1 from the 29. Punt team is indeed on the field. And they're getting some early work in this one. Just about a little over halfway through the first quarter, and it'll be Cumberland Valley's 2nd punt already.
Yeah, 2 3 and outs is not the way you want it to go, but you also got to tip your cap to State High's defense to start this game.
It'll be Hank Lustig once again back to receive for State High.
Cumberland Valley has to
whistles
take
again.
a timeout.
Cumberland Valley timeout. We saw this last time. State High took a timeout as Cumberland Valley was punting it away. Now it is Cumberland Valley taking a timeout before their punt. Perhaps maybe want to rethink this decision over.
Yeah, there was also some confusion. Sean Trotty was coming on late, and when they counted the numbers, there was not enough men, and they're already back out. And it looks like that punt team is going to stay out there.
Very quick timeout for Cumberland Valley. The punt team indeed will return onto the field. As Colin is hitting some dance moves. Y'all can't see it up here, but we are having a blast. And how could you not? Like I said, this beautiful weather, we have football. What more can you ask for on a Friday night in State College? Oh, wait, no. Oh, they are not going for it. It looked like they were for a second, but they are punting it away now. Lustig back to receive, going to let it bounce once, going to take off toward the right side. Gets past the 30, breaks some tackles, still on his feet. Past the 35, almost to the 40, gets out to around the 37, 38-yard line. Yeah, Cumberland Valley had me fooled there. They were lined up like they were going for it, but ended up punting it away, and State High takes over again.
Yeah, it's always so hard to tell when you have those short yardage situations, right? Either a fake or they could have just straight up gone for it there. But again, a great job by Lustig to get positive yardage there on the return. He stays out for his offense.
So let's see the second drive here from State High, the Little Lions, and Connor Kolka in their first drive resulted in a 37-yard field goal by Shane Markowski. They have a 3-0 lead here with 4:43 remaining in the first. Kolka takes a snap, will pass. It is caught. That is Lustig.
Yeah, great hands catch by Lustig. That ball was out in front of him. He was able to catch the ball using only his hands, able to run with it. That's how you teach your wide receivers to catch the football. Don't use your body, use your hands. He's able to use his hands there, turn upfield, and get positive yardage.
Lustig, as we said, the son of Justin Lustig, the special teams coordinator for Penn State football, gets 4 yards on that play, sets up 2nd and 6 from the 42. Kolka fakes the handoff. Passes to the right side. That's Lustig again, and he gets past midfield. That'll be a first down for State High.
Well,
Hank Lustig getting involved early.
Yeah, and I was going to say, you mentioned last week he only had 1 catch. He's already had way more than that already in this game. He had 2 on this drive, and it's a State High first down.
Well, he had 1 catch last week for 1 yard, but he had the touchdown, so he made that 1 catch count, and he's really making all of his involvement count so far early on. As we get under the 4-minute mark, right about at midfield, Kolka takes off toward the left side. Will throw it across the middle. That is caught by Kellen Williams, and he moves up toward the right side past the 30 and keeps the chains moving. Another first down for State High.
And what did I say earlier, right? Williams is a dynamic athlete. When he has the ball in his hands, good things happen. An 18-yard gain. Zayden Smith potentially saving a touchdown there for the Eagles.
And they get out to the 30-yard line. Great placement for State High to be with another 1st and 10 situation. Scored some points on their first drive. Looking to score more than 3 this time. Kolka takes a snap. He'll hand it off. That's Walker. And just gets a little bit there.
And we actually saw 2 high safeties there for the Cumberland Valley Eagles. That's not something that they do very often. They're a base cover 3 team, meaning only 1 high safety back. And I think that's why you saw State High run the ball there. When you have 2 high safeties, it means 1 less players in the box, and it made it an easier run there. And a good positive gain on this drive.
2-yard gain there for Walker. It sets up 2nd and 8 from the 28-yard line. With 2:46 remaining here in the first quarter, that is going by very, very quickly. State High with a 3-0 lead over Cumberland Valley.
And we're seeing 2 high safeties again. It could be another run. We'll see.
Kolka will take off himself and gets to about the 23-22-yard line.
Well, you know what? It's a dead giveaway when you see the running back go in motion, shift to empty, meaning no running back next to the quarterback. That means there's often going to be a quarterback draw or a swing pass. There it's a quarterback draw. Like I said, with 2 high safeties, it's a lighter box to run in, and he gets near that first down marker.
Sets up a 3rd down and 1 situation from the 21-yard line. Perhaps going to look to get a running back involved here. You see Rowan Walker lined up right back in that backfield.
Yep, and you have man coverage at the bottom.
Rowan will get it on the handoff, and he'll pick up more than enough as he's looking to get into the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, State High. Broke a whole bunch of tackles there. And State High makes it a 9-0 lead with an extra point on the way.
Well, the junior right there showing off the power, showing off that he's been in the weight room. Great job there. Good push from his offensive line. And even though they were expecting run on 3rd and short, that broken tackle ability, he gets it in the end zone. And Markowski now looking to make it 10-0.
With no Deontay Sheffy tonight, Rowan Walker making an impact early on. As Markowski looking on to add 1 more. And he will do just that. Right on through, a 10-0 lead for State High with 1:43 remaining in the first quarter. We'll step away, but we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we would ask that you please stand as one for the Keller kickoff. Shane Markowski's kickoff does go into the end
That's
zone.
a live football and a kickoff, and he thought it was going to roll right in the end zone, and that ball kind of died down at the 1. Elijah Sherman lucky that that ball went into the end zone. Otherwise, that was a live ball. He was going to have to pick it up and threaten to be tackled there, but goes in the end zone, and we have a touchback.
So 3 kickoffs for State High, 3 touchbacks for Cumberland Valley, but so far 2 3-and-outs for the Eagles. Hoping to stay on the field a little bit longer this time.
Yep, 2 3-and-outs. Hope to get their first down conversion.
Colton Stammy in for his 3rd drive. Gets a snap. Throws it toward the right side of the field. That's complete. It's Brody Pines. And Pines breaking some tackles and muscling his way.
Complete to Brody Pines.
Yeah, and I was talking about it. Brody Pines is a dynamic athlete with the ball in his hands. He was very productive last week against Altoona. And he gets 8 there, and that's exactly what you want to do for Cumberland Valley, right? Take these easy completions, get the ball in your playmaker's hands. And we're looking at a quarterback switch now.
And we've got Cameron Wolf coming in for Cumberland Valley, a very fast switch, and this will be his first play with the Eagles tonight.
And this screams run here when you switch quarterbacks like that.
2nd and 2. He will throw. It is complete again to Pines, who gets lit up.
Boy, a big loss.
And that'll be a loss, as Colin said. It'll be 3rd down, but we're looking to see how much. A 4-yard loss, 3rd and 6 from the 24. Not what you want if you're Cumberland Valley. The State High defense showing up here in the early stages.
Yeah, that was an interesting play. I figured when you had 2nd and short with your better runner in at quarterback, you were going to run it. They throw it in the flat, and they got blown up for a big loss.
Looking to get another play off before the end of this 1st quarter. Wolf going to take it himself, now throw, and nearly picked, but now it's complete. Whistles blow as Pines tried to break away.
Yeah, so Brody Pines caught in deflection what was out of bounds, but there is a flag down on the play. It was a very strange play, and it's going to be an ineligible man down the field. And that'll happen when you roll out, right? As a lineman, you think that's the quarterback's going to run, so you go set up to block. And unfortunately, he threw the ball, and that takes away the 1st down.
And immediately you see Pines go off the field.
Offense number 71. 5-yard penalty.
That penalty was on Tyler Merrill, the man we were talking about before the game. Crucial penalty here early on for Cumberland Valley. Backs them up to 3rd and 11. Now you're all the way back at the 19-yard line. And the clock going to tick. It looks like they're just going to let this run out and let the 1st quarter come to an end. So it'll be State High with a 10-0 lead at the end of this 1st quarter. And it'll be Cumberland Valley with a 3rd and 11 when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
Please reset the play clock to 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
We're back from Memorial Field, and this is not for the 2nd quarter. We're still in the 1st. The play clock has been reset, and we have 10 seconds back on the clock here, so we will get the 3rd and 11 play from the 19 for Cumberland Valley here in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, and if you're Cumberland Valley, you just want this quarter to end, right? You want to make sure you get right, but they do get a timeout out of it. They get the play call right, but yeah, I mean, sometimes it's a mentality shift if you can switch sides of the field, but they still have to stay on this side here for this big 3rd and 11.
Stammy is back out there at quarterback for this play. Gets a snap, he'll drop back. Looking deep down the field and just way out of the reach of Elijah Sherman.
Yeah, Sherman had a couple steps on the defenders. That ball was just long, but he was open. And now we're going to see another punt and another 3-and-out for the Eagles.
The punting unit for Cumberland Valley getting a workout in. Their 3rd time on the field already with 5 seconds remaining in the 1st. As Hank Lustig looking to add on more to his day so far. He is back near the State High 40, ready to receive. As the Ball is sent away. Lustig moves in toward the 50, calls fair catch.
There's a flag down late.
And a flag on the field.
On the Andrew Alderman punt.
And we'll see what this is, as the clock does hit zeros at the end of the first. But we're going to wait and see what this flag is.
They're pointing in the direction of State High. That might be a hold. We'll see. No call yet.
Still waiting to figure out what the call is here.
Going to return, holding, return team number 7. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, 1 on time down.
So that is indeed a penalty on State High, a holding that'll knock them back 10 yards when they start their drive here.
And as the referee mentioned, it's going to be 1 on time down here to start. So we're still technically in the first quarter.
This first quarter just does not want to end, Colin.
It does not. All sorts of weird rules going on here. Putting time back on the clock, an on time down due to a penalty. And maybe because it's still here in the first quarter, maybe State High takes a shot here. We'll see.
We'll see what Connor Kolka does. Gets a snap. Throws it across the middle, complete. That's Damir Code as he drops the ball. Was that on the transition? No, it's incomplete. No fumble.
But there is a flag down.
Another flag on the field.
Yep, and that's also an ineligible man downfield. So when you run these RPOs, right, the offensive linemen are blocking as if it's going to be a run. You pull the ball out, throw the quick slant there, and unfortunately you have a man down the field. So it's going to back them up.
Player downfield. Offense number 58. 5-yard penalty.
So the last ineligible man downfield call we saw was from Cumberland Valley. This one on State High. And did I just hear another untimed down?
You did hear another on-time down, yes. So this quarter will not end. You know, I'm going to guess now it's going to be a run, just because before we had a pass, an eligible man downfield. You just want this quarter to run out, I would imagine.
We'll see what happens here.
And that's Michael Uri in the backfield. We got to see him a couple weeks against Altoona.
Kolka drops to the left side, going to throw it, juggled, and it looks to be incomplete.
Another flag down.
Another flag on the field. Is that, correct me if I'm wrong, Colin,
it's 3 in a row.
Third flag in a row, yes. Yep. Lots of penalties early on. And would you believe it, we might have another untimed down.
Ineligible player downfield.
Another ineligible player downfield on State High.
Penalty, 1 untimed down.
And another untimed down. We are still in the first quarter of this one.
Well, we saw as many ineligible men downfield as we saw punts from Cumberland Valley and 3 and outs from Cumberland Valley. Just a weird game all around so far, 1 quarter in. And again, because you've had 2 ineligible men down the field, you might just go simple run here. Michael Uri was very good in cleanup time against Altoona a couple weeks ago. And we'll see if he gets the ball here.
All right, another untimed down for State High. Kolka takes the snap. He's going to move toward the left, now moves toward the right, and throws it into the ground and complete. No flags. We are going to the second quarter. I think we all need a quick couple-second break, so we're going to step away. Don't go anywhere. Second quarter will be on when we come back.
At the end of the first quarter, your score is State College 10, Cumberland Valley nothing.
State High has a 10-0 lead as the second quarter is about to begin. Colin, how are you feeling after that chaos?
I'm feeling good. Very strange quarter, but we have a 2nd and 20 here.
Coco will drop back. This is going to be a pass play, and the pass gets deflected. That was intended for Lustig. But a nice defensive play there for Cumberland Valley to start the second quarter and set a 3rd and long situation for State High.
Yeah, now it's Ethan Brawl. Good job breaking up the screen. Screens are sometimes easy to detect when you see that technique from the defense, or excuse me, from the offense. The offensive line is called slingshot technique, right? You take your guy and you kind of throw him, get past him, and get up to the second level to block. And sometimes you can kind of read that and break up the play. So good job there by Cumberland Valley, and it's going to set up a 3rd and very long.
State High has 4 first downs on 91 yards and a flag on the play as they're looking to pick up their 5th in this one.
Encroachment. Offense.
Encroachment penalty on the offense, setting them back 5 further yards, so it'll now be 3rd and 25 from the 25.
I don't entirely know what an encroachment is on the offense, but regardless, 3rd and very long. That was going to be a run. So maybe State High kind of tipped their hand, but we'll see. Maybe now they try and pick it up. Who knows?
You know, I love those funny penalty plays you see in the NFL sometimes. The everyone but the long snapper. Those kinds of penalties. Those are funny to watch. 3rd and 25. I was going to say 3rd and 5, but had to add on a 2 there. It is taken by State High. This will definitely not be enough.
Michael Yori on the carry.
Yeah, that was Yori on the carry.
Yeah, and Yori was just trying to get some field position back to make this punt a little bit easy. You're up by 2 scores, so yeah, now State High penalties setting them back, of course. The 2 ineligible man downfield.
So Markowski has been on the field to punt, or has been on the field for kickoffs 3 times, has been on the field for extra points once, field goal once, and now for the first time all night will be punting. He will send it away. That is Sherman back to receive. And State High is going to get a really friendly drop as that one is all the way back inside the 10-yard line.
I mean, Shane Markowski, my goodness, what a kick. And again, this is what I was talking about, right? If you're a returner, that was a mistake there by Elijah Sherman, letting that ball bounce that far. That gives State High maybe 20 yards of field position. But again, a great end-over-end kick that makes it difficult to return. And once the ball hits the ground, it'll roll even further. So now they have the ball at their own 8-yard line. Really good job flipping the field by Markowski. And a good job by State High getting down the field and down in that football.
Let me say something I wasn't expecting to say, Colin. Is Markowski the MVP in this one so far?
So far, he might be. He might be, but we'll see.
Stamey back out there for Cumberland Valley. Going to throw it complete. That is Sherman. And just gets a couple yards on that play.
Pass is complete to Elijah Sherman.
That'll be 2nd down for Cumberland Valley. You can hear the band playing behind me, I'm sure. 2nd and 8 from the 10.
Excuse me, Adam. Yeah, I like getting the ball to Elijah Sherman. I think he's a dynamic player with the ball in his hands. And we're going to see a bunch formation up top. This might be another screen. We'll see. But with the numbers right now that State High showing, they're showing 4 over 3. Maybe this will be a run with a light box.
Stamey gets the snap, going to take off himself and only muster a couple of yards.
Colton Stamey on the carry for Cumberland Valley.
And I think the biggest problem so far with Cumberland Valley has been making it very manageable 2nd and 3rd downs, right? So far they've had medium or long downs. I think you really need to get the run game going on 1st down, make 2nd and 3rd a lot easier. But again, we're setting up a 3rd and medium, and State High has a chance to force another 3 and out.
We'll see if the State High defense can do just that. As Cumberland Valley still without a 1st down in this one. Stamey will take the snap, looks toward the right side. He has a man complete. That was Jaden Urel.
Colton Stamey's pass is complete to Jaden.
And that was a good throw. That was the opposite hash, long throw to the sideline there. Not every high school quarterback can make that throw. Not every college quarterback can make that throw. So great throw there. He was pretty open. And honestly, if you're State High, you're willing to give that up. You don't expect the other team's quarterback to be able to make a long field throw like that.
For the first time tonight, a 1st down completion for Cumberland Valley. and they extend their drive. The punting unit would normally be on the field at this time, but they are not right now. 1st and 10 from the 20. Stammy will take the snap, fakes the pass, now goes long, has a man wide open. That's Zayden Smith. Down the sideline he goes, and in for the touchdown.
Wow, Zayden Smith is going to be fired up. He's in State College. He has a Penn State offer, and a huge play for a touchdown. Just when we thought nothing was going right for the Eagles offensively, they get their first down. They pump, make the corner bite, and he goes on the double move, wide open for a touchdown, and he gets to the end zone. And with the extra point pending right now, it could be a 3-point game.
An 80-yard play there as Chase Snyder will look to add on an extra point and make this a 3-point game. 10-6 the score at the moment. We'll see if they can add on another. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is good.
Well, the kick just hit one of their buses.
The extra point attempt from Chase Snyder is good.
Watch out on the outdoor complex. 10-7 State High.
In the first half. Your score
with
is
10:06 left in the first half.
Valley 7.
We'll be right back. Memorial Field, where we just saw Cumberland Valley complete an 80-yard touchdown drive. That was Zayden Smith on the play, and they are now trailing 10-7 in this one, as Chase Snyder is going to be ready to momentarily to send this one away. 2 receivers back there for State High, as we're ready to get this possession rolling. 10:06 left in the second quarter. That will be received in the end zone for a touchback. That was Lustig again.
Chase Snyder's
and Connor Kolka and the Little Lions going to be back out on the field. First and 10 from the 20-yard line. They lead 10-7.
So let's go back and talk about that touchdown. It was a double move, so the corner playing man coverage is expecting him to break on that football. He comes back to the ball, quarterback pump fakes, thinks it's going short, and then the wide receiver, Zayden Smith, blows by his man and sets up a wide open touchdown, a good throw, lets his man run under it, and again, with those big strides, 6'4" receiver, able to get into the end zone for that first score of the game for the Eagles.
What a game it's been so far. 10-7 State High leads. Connor Kolka gets ready again. Snap, he'll fake the handoff. And up the middle goes the running back on that one. That's Williams.
Martin Francis makes the tackle for Cumberland Valley.
2nd and 10, it'll be 2nd and 6, I apologize. It'll be from the 24-yard line.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of Noah Williams this year, the freshman, but that's because of how deep this running back room is, led by Deontay Sheffy, who's out tonight. Cumberland Valley showing blitz. That's Hayden Johnson, the linebacker, showing blitz. We'll see if they bring it.
2nd and 6 from the 24. Kolka gets the snap. He'll hand it off again. Up the middle of the field. And that was Noah Williams once again on that carry.
Noah Williams rushes for 3 yards.
And it'll set up a 3rd down situation for State High.
Martin Francis.
Now, Adam, you got to be honest with me. Do you think that Cumberland Valley's uniforms is reminiscent to Nebraska Cornhuskers?
That is exactly what I thought when walking into the stadium tonight and seeing them warm up. I thought, is Nebraska here? No, it's just Cumberland Valley, but I believe Nebraska will be here later this year to take on Penn State at Beaver Stadium, unless I'm mistaken. We'll get to see the Patrick Mahomes lookalike himself, Dylan Raiola, in that game. Matt Rule former head coach of my Carolina Panthers.
He's just a State High alum.
Yes. Coco will take the snap. He'll drop off himself, and he's still going down the field, past the 50, down the sideline, and he will be tripped up by the 10-yard line.
Yeah, but we have
a flag on the field.
Yeah, that was a 63-yard run, but there's a flag down, and it is coming back.
Based on the reactions from State High, it looks like that will be coming back indeed.
And people forget how good of a runner Connor Kolka is. Last week he had that 55-yard run, if you remember.
I do.
It's not a part of his game that's respected enough by opponents. And there they totally fell for the run fake. And Connor Kolka had a big gain, but it's brought back. And that's obviously frustrating if you're the Little Lions.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both behind the offense. Holding, offense number 5. That penalty's declined. Holding, offense
So
number
2 holding
58.
plays there for State High. One of them declined, but the other knocking the Little Lions back 10 yards, and it'll be 3rd down once again. You got to be frustrated if you're State High after that. Connor Kolka on that huge run to not count, and now you're all the way back at the 13 from the 17-yard line. 3rd and 13 it will be.
Yep, but the freshman Williams is still in the game at tailback. I expect maybe a throw here.
And we'll see if you're right. It looks like Kolka will be throwing. And that one going to be incomplete. Pass was intended for Demir Code.
He was almost sacked there, too, by Xavier Morris. Xavier Morris there fired up after getting that pressure. But regardless, another punt here from State High. So when this game was 10-0, remember, we saw this last week, right? State High was winning big in the first quarter. They were winning by 2 scores. Same thing in this game. But quickly, things can switch, and they did here.
Football is a very fast-paced game. Momentum can shift as Markowski will send this one away.
Oh,
and that goes off a Cumberland Valley player. And it looks like State High has it.
Punt is touched by a Cumberland Valley player and recovered.
That was
by
Carson Davis. Carson Davis with the recovery. Huge momentum swing in this game, and you could tell the Eagles are demoralized.
And State High's offense will stay on the field. Well, Connor Kolka will be coming out there, but the offensive end will be staying with State High.
State College has 1st and 10 at the Little Lions 44.
Listen, that's one way to do it, right? I mean, that's not how you draw it up, but it's one way to have the ball.
30-yard gain.
Yeah, exactly. And too high look again from the Eagles. They're, like I said earlier, they're mainly a cover 3 team, but they're showing too high right now.
Kolka will drop back. Looking deep down the field. Pass intended for Code, but broken up by 2 Cumberland Valley defenders.
Intended for Demir Code is
yeah, that was Beck Collins right there, defensive back. He's 6'1", uses that frame to knock the ball down. And actually, it was a pretty good job right there by the Eagles disguising it. They were showing too high pre-snap, and they rolled Zayden Smith down, number 11, and they went to their base cover 3. And because of that, Kolka thought he could throw the post against too high. Instead, they go to 1 high, and that's why there was 2 defenders there.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 44-yard line for State High. Looking to build on their 10-7 lead. They hand it off. Walker back out there, wrestling his way not quite to midfield, but pretty close. You're about 2 yards short of midfield. That was Rowan Walker on the carry.
And you could tell the State High team is missing Deontay Sheffy, right? He was kind of the lifeblood of this team, right? I mean, his ability to break tackles, we were talking about it, kind of Le'Veon Bell-esque with his running style. Not having that good patient running, that positive yardage kind of impacting State High early, despite the good play of some of their other running backs behind him.
Well, you know what they say in football or any sport, it's next man up. And so far, Walker and Williams have done a good job in Sheffy's absence. 3rd and 6 from the 48. Kolka moves toward the left side of the field. Has a man complete. Past midfield.
And we'll see where he's spotted. A huge hit at the end of the play.
Huge hit. Dropped the ball out.
And that was Hank Lustig. Near the marker, we'll see. And, yep, they're going to motion 1st down. So Lustig picks it up right there for the Little Lions.
And after the little scuffle at the end there, it'll be a first down after all for State High.
First down.
And I'm glad to see Lustig coming off the field after that play. That was a big hit. Get a breather, make sure he's doing all right.
Lustig has had such a great game tonight for State High. You hope he can stay in this one.
Absolutely.
As it's now 1st and 10 from the 46.
And it's worth mentioning State High's without Max Vendemia tonight. He kind of had an injury there on the 2-point conversion to tie the game last week, and we haven't seen him so far.
Colquitt will throw it across the middle of the field. Has a man breaking some tackles and down for another first down.
Cooper Ingold, 5'11", good job right there, breaking some tackles and getting the easy first down. Got another RPO, nice easy throw from Colquitt and some tempo.
So after the punting mistake all the way up to the 26 is State High, that pass incomplete out of bounds.
Yeah, and that was a drop by Daimir Code on the sideline, usually so reliable on the sideline there, but incomplete.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 26. State High up 10-7 if you are just tuning into this one. With 5:58 left in the first half. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. We saw very early timeouts from each side. And we'll see how that affects things in the late stages of the first half. Colquitt takes a snap, bumps into his running back Walker, and he'll take it himself and just gain a couple yards on that play.
Hayden Johnson there, the linebacker, making a tackle.
Hayden Johnson makes the tackle for Cumberland Valley. It's 3rd down.
And that'll set up 3rd and 10 from the 25-yard line now.
So I would expect something up the seams. Against cover 3, that's where you're going to want to attack. And like we were saying, Cumberland Valley is a base cover 3 team with that inside leverage. You could see quick slants. You could see throw up to the seams to one of the tight ends on this team. Maybe Lukac. We'll see what State High tries to do here.
3rd down play. Colquitt moving to the right. Fires it down the field, incomplete. As he gets dropped around the 35-yard line.
It's 4th down.
Yeah,
that'll set up 4th down.
He got hit by Shepard Hess there, a big hit. Glad to see him get up, no problem. And we have another long field goal here. This one is going to be spotted at the 25, so this is around a 42-yard field goal for Markowski.
Markowski made one early on. That was from 37. We'll see if he can make it 2 for 2 on field goals today. 42 yards. The snap is wide. Markowski going to take it now and passes it incomplete. And a botched snap there.
Pass is incomplete.
Boy, that was one of the biggest plays so far in this game, right? We saw the big touchdown to Zayden Smith. We saw the punt that hit off of an eagle, recovered by the Little Lions, and then we saw there what could have been a field goal instead is going to be 3 points off the board and the ball back to the Eagles.
So the game stays 10-7, 5:04 left in the first half. On the botch snap there, Markowski could not get the attempt up, had to pass it, it was incomplete. And Cumberland Valley will take over now, 1st and 10 from the 25.
And honestly, I know that was probably just a reaction from Markowski, but that's a heady play. You save some yards there by throwing an incomplete pass instead of taking a loss there. So you save maybe 5-10 yards just by throwing it there.
And the Cumberland Valley Eagles offense back out on the field.
Look for a screen up top.
Stammy will hand it off. And just going a couple yards on that play, that's Rocco Bushman.
Makes the tackle at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
And it'll be 2nd and 10 here for Cumberland Valley. No gain on that play. With the clock continuing to tick down.
It's been interesting to see the quarterback rotation from the Cumberland Valley Eagles in this game. We weren't sure if we were going to be seeing Wolf or if we were going to be seeing Stammy, and so we've seen both so far.
2nd and 10, 25-yard line. Plenty of field to go for the Eagles with 4:25 left in the first half. Stammy will take it, throws it, pass broken up,
Oh, a flag
and
down.
a flag comes down. That one was intended for Jaden Ural.
I thought it was a nice pass breakup by Rowan Walker, but with a flag down, we'll see what they call. Maybe pass interference. Waiting to see.
We'll see what the call is here.
Pass interference. Defense.
It is
number
indeed
4.
pass interference on
15
State
yard
High,
penalty.
and that'll be
First down.
a 15-yard penalty and gift Cumberland Valley a first down.
Yeah, and I'm guessing they're going to say that he got there early. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty clean pass breakup. The State High crowd obviously not liking that call. But the Cumberland Valley folks who made the trip, they were happy to see their team convert and get a first down.
Only the third first down of the game for Cumberland Valley thus far. Stammy going to take it himself on the snap. Gets just in front of the 45-yard line, gets out to about the 44.
Yep, Zenoble on the tackle there.
With a 4-yard run.
And it'll set up 2nd and 6 for Cumberland Valley now with 4 minutes remaining in the first half.
Adam, would you say that State High wears maroon or like a scarlet? What do you think? What kind of color?
Well, my mom is an Ohio State grad, and they call their red scarlet, so I would definitely call this more of a maroon.
All right, there we go. Now we know.
Stammy will take it back. Fires it on the left side. Complete has a man. That's Brody Pines.
Oh,
and the ball's out. Ball's out. Does State High have it? They do. What a turn of events.
Yeah, went from a 15-yard gain or so to Brody Pines, ends up.
The State High defense comes up big once again.
Rowan Walker makes the fumble recovery for State College.
And that was Rowan Walker on the fumble recovery.
At the State High 32.
Been somewhat of a sloppy game with penalties, turnovers. And that's what happens sometimes in these high school football games, but it definitely makes it interesting to watch.
Well, I'll tell you what, we talked about it last week, the versatility of these high school athletes. You've seen Rowan Walker have a solid game on the ground as the running back on offense, and as the safety there on defense. You just saw him get that fumble back for State High, and now they'll take it from their own 32, a 1st and 10, with 3:31 remaining here in this first half. Coco drops back, has a man to the right side, that's Walker. And gets just past the 30, so
Hunter Polka's pass is complete to Rowan
either
Walker.
no gain or a slight loss on that play.
Brody
And no
Pines
gain
makes the
result
tackle
there. It'll be
for the
2nd and 10 for the Little Lions.
And you could tell Brody Pines took some of his anger out after the fumble. Good open field tackle right there. Bringing down Walker, who had the fumble recovery, down to the ground. So an interesting play there.
3 minutes now remaining in the first half as Kolka drops back and throws down the field looking for a man. That was
pass is incomplete.
Incomplete.
3rd down.
Intended for Evan Grubbs. And that'll set up 3rd and 11 from the 31-yard line.
Yeah, and Cameron Wolf, the quarterback, almost had an interception there. Instead, it'll be 3rd and long.
So now the clock under 3 minutes here in the first half. State High with a 10-7 lead. And a 3rd and long situation. Kolka will hand it off. That's Walker. And he breaks tackles, gets free, and gets up just in front of midfield. Nice play there by Walker. It looked like he was taken down after a couple yards and breaks free and gets a first down.
And State High getting up on the ball. Know their time's running down here. No 2-minute warning in high school.
That is indeed a thing. I noticed that last week. I was pretty surprised to see no 2-minute warning. But Kolka fakes the handoff, takes it himself. And maybe a gain of 1 or 2 on that play.
Good job right there by 35, Jaden Holmes making that tackle, preventing a big play.
It'll be a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9 from the 48. As Colin just said, no 2-minute warning, so they will play this out. No need to worry about the clock just yet.
We're seeing a lot of too high on this drive from Cumberland Valley. They stay in 3.
Kolka takes a snap. Drops back toward the left side of the field. Now fires it toward the right, has his man, that's Demir Code, and he gets out of bounds just in front of the 35.
And Adam, you could tell that Connor Kolko's a baseball player. Kind of threw that one like a shortstop across the diamond right there. Throws it across the field to Demir Code.
Absolutely.
It's a big play.
First down.
Any baseball player makes a good quarterback with the arm strength they have. Any quarterback makes a good baseball player with the arm strength they have.
Absolutely.
And we saw it on display there. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line of Cumberland Valley. State College with the ball. Kolka now moving out toward the left side. Fires it deep down the field. Just out of the reach of Lustig.
Connor Kolka's pass intended for Hank Lustig.
Yeah, Lustig had that touchdown last week, and he was smelling another one there. Just out of his reach. Good throw by Connor Kolka, showing off the arm strength on this drive, but just out of the reach of Lustig.
Lustig, who we said has had a big night so far. Could have added on some more there, but not quite. And it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 37. Minute 42 remaining here in the first half from Memorial Field.
Well, Adam, was anyone happier than State High when they hired Justin Lustig as special teams coordinator at Penn State? Because he is a great player, that Hank. And he almost had a touchdown there.
Absolutely. Kolka will pass it. Left side of the field complete. And not much of a gain there. That was complete to Ingold.
No gain on the play.
No gain on that play. It'll set up 3rd and 10.
It's third.
Another good tackle by Cameron Wolf. Cameron Wolf has been busy on this drive. He almost had the interception in there. He had a great open field tackle.
It'll be 3rd and 10 here for State High. Minute 10 left in this first half. Looking to add on some more points before the half ends. Kolka with the ball. Moves up. He'll take it himself. And goes down around the 33-yard line.
Down by Hayden Johnson.
That'll set up a 4th down situation.
This might be a little bit too far for Markowski. We'll see what the plan is on 4th and 5.
And Connor Kolka and the offense will stay on the field. They are going for this 4th and 5 from the 32 as the clock continues to tick down. Now under 40 seconds.
This could be just trying to draw them off sides. We'll see what the plan is here for State High.
We do have some, thought we had some whistles. Now we have some whistles.
And it's going to be a timeout.
Timeout.
Cumberland Valley.
Cumberland Valley calls timeout.
Timeout.
Their 2nd of the first half, 26 seconds on the clock. And they'll have 1 timeout remaining.
So if you're State High, what would you do here, Adam, right? You have the ball kind of in no man's land, right? That's going to be a 49-yarder. Not sure they think Markowski can make that. So I mean, your options here, try to go for it on 4th and 5. You could draw them off, try and draw them off, take a delay game and punt. You have plenty of options here. What would you do?
You know, that's a good question. Like you said, not sure we trust Markowski's leg strength from here. As you're looking at a 49-yarder, maybe a screen pass, maybe a run play to try and catch the defense off guard, pick up a 1st down, or like you said, maybe they just try and get them to
jump off sides.
And it looks like Markowski's going to be on the field now.
Ooh, this would be a long field goal.
Like you said, would be a long field goal, but we know he could have the leg for it. A 49-yarder. Nailed it from 37, tried it from 42 last time.
And Cumberland Valley setting a returner back just in case he's short.
Good snap this time. Kick is up. And it is no good.
Yeah, he pulled it to the left, but Markowski definitely had the leg there. They're going to say that was officially a 50-yard attempt, and if it was good and if it was straight, he would have hit it, but he pulled it to the left.
So to the left there, no good. It'll be 1st and 10, Cumberland Valley. They'll take it from their own 32. As we saw the miss on that play. Markowski now, I guess what you say, 1 for 2 on field goals? The other attempt didn't kick it. So
technically that counts as a miss, that other play. Instead, really more like an incompletion.
So see what the strategy here is for Cumberland Valley, and then kneel it, but flags immediately thrown.
They just tried to kneel it, and there's a flag. That might be illegal formation. We'll see.
Illegal formation.
Yep.
5 players in the backfield. Cumberland Valley. First down.
That did look like an odd formation for Cumberland Valley there.
Yeah, I mean, that's not really the typical formation you see when a team takes a kneel. And it's going to back them up 5 to do literally the exact same thing, but this time you make sure you have only 4 in the backfield. And another timeout for Cumberland Valley.
Cumberland Valley.
Cumberland Valley. That's third.
Because Cumberland Valley isn't.
Maybe they want to make sure their players know the right formation.
Yeah, this doesn't look like something that they have done a whole lot. They call it victory formation, and
well, you're not forming for victory right now. That's for sure.
No, we're just trying to get it to halftime. Cumberland Valley, of course, 1-2 on the year. You know, they've been playing from behind a little bit in some of these games, so maybe not a whole ton of times taking kneel. It's not something you work on, you know, for very long in practice, obviously. So make sure you get them right. Get to halftime here. You know, don't really have to overcomplicate this, but they have the timeout. You might as well take it and get right.
So if you're just now tuning in, we'll bring you up to speed here as the first half's about to end. It is a 10-7 State High lead. Cumberland Valley has 3 first downs on 115 yards. State High with 10 on 155. We had a bunch of penalties. We had a bunch of untimed downs in the first quarter. We had a botched field goal try.
This looks like a good formation. It is.
And they kneel it down. This one will be legitimate.
Colton Sammy takes
and we will go to the half.
For Cumberland Valley.
So State High leads at 10-7 as we reach the midway mark in this one. Colin Crissey, Adam Pietrzak, thank you for tuning in for the first half. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the second half of the State High Little Lions and Cumberland Valley Eagles coming up here soon.
7. If you have the winning number, Drum majors, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy Night at the Toy Shop.
Cumberland Valley Marching Band would like to thank the Cumberland Valley School District Administration, our high school administration, the school board, and booster and alum Matthew Schaefer from the class of 1987 for their support. We would also like to thank the Cumberland Valley Band Boosters for their never-ending hard work and dedication. We hope you enjoyed the Cumberland Valley High School's performance of the night at the toy shop. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The 2025 State College Area High School Marching Band features 222 student performers and a number of completely different halftime shows each fall. Tonight we present to you, for your ears only, a spy thriller. We open the show with an arrangement that features the State High Drumline and their new equipment. The drum break was written by drumline members Bruno Sanzotti, Gabe Lucas, Nick Marska, Sarah Luan, and Ollie Brumberg. Here is the theme to James Bond. Our next selection is from a favorite Pixar movie series. The film focuses on the Parr family, but you might know them better as Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl, and their kids Violet, Dash, and Jack Jack. Senior silk leader Claire Hegedus and saxophonist Elliot Matthews are featured. Be on the lookout for a few supers amongst the band. Here is the theme to The Incredibles. The mission, should the drum majors choose to accept it, is to play our final song. It comes from a spy octology that features Tom Cruise playing Agent Ethan Hunt. And since this message will self-destruct in 5 seconds, the band should get to playing it. Here is the theme to Mission Impossible.
We can be over here. We have 3 of us. Okay. Okay. Thanks, guys. Sorry. Our headsets are not working down there, and I'm sure they are.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The State College Area High School Marching Band is directed by Paul Leskowitz and Matthew Nelson, Esquire. Percussion instructor is Dr. Douglas Young. The major instructor is Jordan Gardner. Dance team advisor is Sean Tay. Supervisor is Emily Brandenburg. And leadership is provided by drum majors Piper Curling, Anthony Shue, and Lewis Guy.
The Football Booster Club would like to thank the following businesses for their corporate sponsorship.
Back into Memorial Field for the start of the second half between the Eagles of Cumberland Valley and the Little Lions of State College High School. State High has a 10-7 lead. We saw a nice touchdown by them, a field goal by Shane Markowski, and we also saw a long 80-yard touchdown by Cumberland Valley. And what an interesting first half it was, Colin. We talked about the end of that first quarter with how many untimed downs they had, and then they had the botched field goal try by State High. We also had a botched kneel-down attempt by Cumberland Valley. It's been a very interesting first half, but it's setting up for an exciting second half for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is a game that really could have been starting to get out of hand if State High was able to convert some more first downs. I mean, they already have that big advantage first down-wise in the first half, but there were some drives that they stalled, ended up having to go for field goals, and there was going to be 2 missed field goals in that first half. There was the one where the snap got away from Kolka, and Markowski got the ball and kind of just threw it away. And then there was that miss where he pulled to the left. So that was 6 points off the board. Of course, obviously you would hope that maybe you could have turned those into touchdowns. They weren't able to do it. And then that big 80-yard play that you mentioned is Aiden Smith really kind of changed how we were looking at this game. Instead of looking at maybe a 16-0 game or a, even higher score, nothing. Right now it's 10-7. So we were in for a competitive second half.
With under a minute and a half until the second half kicks off, no pun intended, who would you say your MVP is of the game so far?
That's a really tough question. I mean, I don't think any one player necessarily has dominated on either side. Of course, Zayden Smith had that big touchdown. He has offers from Penn State, Ohio State, like we mentioned in the first half. So Cumberland Valley, I mean, I'd have to give it to Zayden Smith. I mean, and if you have to look on the State High side, I think you have to give it to Rowan Walker. I mean, he's a guy who we haven't seen a ton play running back this year, just due to how good Deontay Sheffy's been. But without him tonight, I mean, I think you have to look for Walker, the 2 guys who scored touchdowns on both sides.
Well, we'd like to thank you once again for tuning in with us so far tonight. Colin Crissey and Adam Pietrzak, Ben Barker on graphics, the entire CNET crew behind us, putting together a fantastic football broadcast. We now have the sun. The sun has gone down here at Memorial Field. It did a while ago. We are now under the Friday night lights, as you call it. We're ready for what should be an entertaining and exciting second half of football. We talked about the momentum shift, how big that can be in football. We saw, I believe it was all 10 points by State High were in the first quarter, and then all 7 for Cumberland Valley in the second quarter. So we'll see who takes over the third quarter and essentially possibly the game.
Yeah, and I mean, and if you watched last week's broadcast, I talked about how I kind of like to think about football quarters in terms of like rounds in boxing, and we got to see the first round, if you will, won by State High, and then that second round won by the Cumberland Valley Eagles. So we still have the third and fourth quarter to decide who wins this, and that's what we're looking forward to see here.
If you remember, before the game we had the coin toss and State High won the coin toss. They chose to defer to the second half, so this will be the Little Lions receiving the second half kickoff. As you can see, Hank Lustig is back around the 10-yard line. He's had a great game so far on the special teams end, on the offensive end as well.
Yep, and Daimir Code is joining him back there, so we'll see where this ball goes to and who gets the return here.
Chase Snyder getting ready to send this one away as the second half about to begin from Memorial Field. State High 10, Cumberland Valley 7. And we are back with football here from Memorial Field as the second half is underway with a touchback in the end zone, and State High will take it from the 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
Kickoff is into the end
How
zone
could you
for
not
a
love
touchdown.
high school
State
football,
College
right?
on
I mean,
first
we're
and
here
10
starting the
at
second half. It feels like a whole nother game. It's only a 3-point game. But, I mean, I'm fired up to see more football. This is what it's all about. You know, they talk about how great Texas football is, how great Florida football is, California, but not enough people talk about Pennsylvania. Recently, I heard Rob Gronkowski talk about how great Pennsylvania high school football is, and it's on display tonight here.
Nothing beats PA football, in my opinion. Connor Kolka and the State High Little Lions, their offense will be out there first to start the second half. And Kolka will take the snap. He'll hand it off. And up the middle for a couple yards.
Rowan Walker on the carry.
That'll be
for
Rowan
State
Walker.
College. Gain of 5.
We saw make impacts on both the offensive and defensive
Tackle
ends
made
in the
by
first
Elijah
half.
Sherman. Brings
And he's
up
the first
2nd
one to
and
touch
5.
it here in the second half. That'll be a gain of 5, 2nd down and 5 from the 25.
And that's that versatility you talk about, right, with high school athletes. The ability to do it on both sides of the ball makes them so incredibly valuable.
Kolka looking to the State High sideline. And now we're ready for the play. Play clock down to 8. Gets a snap. He'll hand it off. That's Walker again, going toward the right side this time, and goes down just about at the 30-yard line.
On the carry. Gain of 5 for State College. Beck Collins makes the tackle for Cumberland Valley.
And that'll be a State High first down.
State High 30.
This is a
That
5-yard gain,
State
gets
High
to the 30-yard line.
first down.
And this is what I think State High needs to do more in the second half, keep the ball on the ground. They were throwing a lot when I think they could have just pushed around the Eagles up front. And we see 2 runs to start the second half.
So 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line for State High. Leading 10-7 right now. Been a bit of a low-scoring game so far. Up the middle again. There goes Walker. And a big gain for him.
Rowan Walker on
Gets
the carry.
just in front
Gain
of the 45.
to
A
the Lions
15-yard gain.
45. That is a State High.
And you asked me who the MVP of this game is. I said
First
Rowan
down.
Walker, and I think that's what we're seeing so far to start the second half. And tempo from State High.
So another 1st and 10 play. They'll give it right back to Walker. Bursts up the middle again.
And there's a flag down.
And there is a
Rowan
flag on the
Walker
field.
carry. Flags
I don't
on.
know that all State High's guys were set. We might have a full start here. We'll see what they call.
Flags have been a tale of the game as well. We've seen a lot of them tonight. More often than you normally see for a high school football game. And we'll see what the call is here.
Defense.
Oh.
That penalty is declined. 2nd down.
So we had an illegal substitution on Cumberland Valley. State High chooses to decline that, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd down and 2 from the 45-yard line. They'll go right back to Walker. Walker bursts through.
I mean, and they're just running the same play every time here so far to start the drive. They're just running counter. You have your guard pulling.
Tackle
You
made by
have your
Carson
tackle
Davis.
pulling.
All spotted at the Cumberland Valley 43.
Just easy first
That
down.
is a State High.
And it works again.
First
Another first down for
down.
State High.
A little bit of tempo again.
Now past midfield into Cumberland Valley territory at the 43. It'll be Walker again as he gets past the 40 that time. And gains a couple yards on that
Rowan
play.
Walker rushes for 4 yards.
And that was Beck Collins.
Beck
He's a
Collins
good
takes the
tackling
tackle
DB
for Cumberland Valley.
for Cumberland Valley.
So a 4-yard gain there. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the 39-yard line. As we're now under the 10-minute mark in this third quarter. State High leads at 10-7. Kolka looks toward the sideline.
We're getting another too high look here.
That's Williams in the backfield. He'll get it. And he'll get to the 35-yard line. That'll be about a 4 to 5 yard gain.
State College. Gain of 4.
And I think part of what this running
Third
game
and 2
does
State College.
is take some of the clock down. You know, only 12-minute quarters here in Pennsylvania high school football, so as much time you can kill, the better.
They go back to Williams, and he gets dropped. That'll be a loss.
And that was Jaden Holmes, the
Williams
linebacker,
on the
shot the
carry.
gap, made the play.
Jaden Holmes makes the tackle.
That's a big
for
loss.
Cumberland Valley.
And again, we're back here in no man's land for State High.
It'll be a third down and longer, a 4-yard loss.
A fourth down.
Fourth down, excuse me.
And Walker's back in the game.
So it looks like the offense is going to stay on the field here. As we have fourth down.
And one thing that the Eagles like to do is they like to force the guys inside. They play inside leverage. We'll see maybe a slant here.
Kolka going to roll out to the left side. Fires it down the field. He's got a man wide open. Touchdown!
Connor Kolka's pass is complete to Kellen Williams for a
That's Williams for a state-high touchdown.
Yeah, that was definitely a coverage bust there. No one was in that area. Kellen Williams, like I said earlier, does a little bit of everything for State High, whether it's some quarterback, some wide receiver, some DB, and he's wide open there for that touchdown. State High looking to go up by 10.
It'll be Markowski on again. He's completed one extra point in this game, looking to make it 2, but he has missed a field goal. And he won't miss this time.
Shane Markowski's
extra point is good. It is 17-7 State High on that long touchdown play. 8:20 to go in the third. Cumberland Valley takes over. We'll be right back. Back to Memorial Field, where that was a nice touchdown drive by State High to bring the lead back to 10. It is 17-7 now with 8:20 left in the third.
Back for Cumberland Valley is Elijah Sherman. He's dynamic with the football.
Sherman will take it, bobbles it in the end zone, but they'll call it a touchback anyways.
Is that an automatic touchback? Like, I don't know, maybe that's just the rule here in high school football, but he definitely tried to catch that ball to return it, dropped it in the end zone, and they just marked it down like it would hit normally without him touching it, so I guess they just rule out a touchback.
That is a rule I am not familiar with.
Yeah, neither am I.
So
that'll be one to research after this game.
And we'll see what Colton Stammy and the Cumberland Valley Eagles offense can do here. Their first possession of the second half after allowing a touchdown. We'll see if they can bounce back and continue to decrease the score here. And we have a flag on the play.
And there was some movement, and I think that might have been the Notre Dame commit.
Dead ball. False start. Offense number 71.
Yep, that was Tyler Merrill, the Notre Dame commit.
First down.
He was
that is Merrill's second penalty of the night.
Yeah, and he was a guy that Penn State was looking to go after and unfortunately lost out to. But 2 penalties here tonight.
We had James Franklin here last week. No sign of him tonight. So it'll now be 1st and 15 from the 15-yard line. Stammy drops back, throws it complete, has his man, that's Jaden Earl.
Pass is complete to Jaden
and he gets the yardage right back, so it'll be 2nd and 10. He got 5 yards on that play. Oh, maybe a little bit more. 6 yards, so.
So it brings your 1 on the play at 2nd and 9.
So 2nd and 9 from the 21. Brings you right back to where you were before that false start penalty was called. Sherman is in the backfield for Cumberland Valley.
1-on-1 with Zayden Smith up top.
And he'll get it. Stamey hands it off. And Sherman muscles his way out to almost the 30.
On the carry for Cumberland Valley.
Yeah, and that's not something that we typically see of Elijah Sherman. He's usually a wide receiver, but when you can get your best players to football in any way, it's a good thing. And, of course, he gets 8 yards there, and so set up 3rd and very manageable here.
3rd and 1. It'll be from the 29-yard line for Cumberland Valley. State High trying to force a 3-and-out, something they have done multiple times tonight. looking to do it again.
Yeah, 3 in a row to start the game. A little bit of a wildcat look here.
Snap goes to Sherman, who will pick up the first down.
Elijah Sherman with a 7-yard run.
Yeah, that's something that we see teams run a lot now, where they'll have their quarterback and the running back kind of shift, and so the running back takes a direct snap, try and fool the defense there.
Kellen Williams makes the stop.
And of course, an easy pickup for the first down there for the Eagles.
It gets them 7 yards, moves them all the way up to the 36-yard line.
And Wolf is in the game. A quarterback.
Wolf now in at quarterback for Cumberland Valley. He'll take it. Move to the right side. Fires it down the field. Incomplete. Pass intended for Urol.
Wolf's pass is incomplete.
Yeah, and Urol's been busy in this game, right? I mean, he's gotten the ball quite a lot.
2nd and 10,
But that one was just kind of short arm. Throwing the run can be difficult. And they immediately switch back quarterbacks.
So 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, almost halfway through the quarter. It's a 17-7 State High lead if you are just tuning in with us. Colin Crissey, Adam Pietrzak, and CNET.
Free access throw up top. We'll see if they take it.
Stammy back in at quarterback, hands it off past the 40-yard line.
Rocco Bushman on the rush.
That was Rocco Bushman on the rush.
Gain of 5.
Gets 5 yards there,
It's
up to the
third
41-yard
down.
line, and it'll be 3rd and 5 for Cumberland Valley.
Trace Brennan makes the tackle.
It feels like it's
for
been a
State
pretty
High.
quick third quarter. We're almost halfway done here in the third.
So State High faces another 3rd down situation on defense. Could not stop it last time. We'll see if they could stop it here.
One-on-one at the bottom. Zayden Smith. Look for him to get the ball here. He's the big 6'4" target.
Snap to the quarterback, throws it down the field, and that is way over the intended receiver.
That was Zayden Smith.
Sammy could not hit Smith with that one, and that'll be 4th down, and the punting unit coming on the field for Cumberland Valley.
Yeah, and one of the big things there is sometimes you think players over plays, right? You know, Zayden Smith's probably your best receiver, big guy, try and get him the ball on 3rd and medium, but obviously quarterback and receiver weren't on the same page there.
So it'll be a 4th and 5 punt. Cumberland Valley sends it away. Hank Lustig back to receive it, lets it bounce once, takes off with it now, gets toward the 30 before he's tackled up by about 4 or 5 Cumberland Valley defenders.
Hank Lustig.
And again, Lustig does a good job with field position, right? Fielding that punt. He doesn't have a huge return, but getting positive yardage, not letting that ball roll inside the 15, inside the 10. So good job there. And good job setting him up with the ball at the 27-yard line.
So the Little Lions and Connor Kolka will come back on the field, leading 17-7 here in the third quarter. 5:28 to go. Here on this Friday night in State College, Friday, September 12th, 2025. Second game of our CNET coverage.
And this
We'll
looks
see what the Little Lions can do here. Kolka takes a snap, hands it off. That's Walker.
ooh, big hit.
Big hit by the defense.
Rowan Walker on the carry.
And again, I was telling you.
Brody Pines on that hit.
Yeah, I was telling you that Brody Pines was trying to get some of his anger out for that fumble that he had earlier in the game. And that was a big tackle there in the middle of the field.
So a 5-yard gain gets him up to the 32-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Little Lions. Kolka takes the snap. He'll hand it off. That's Williams this time.
And Zayden Smith did a good job
We'll
filling
just
that
muster a
gap
couple
right
yards.
there. Did a good job filling that gap. Now he's not necessarily a linebacker. Plays a lot of free safety, but he does a good job filling there down in the box. Really kind of that hybrid safety role that we like to see.
So it'll be 3rd and 4. 4.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Now there's going to be 5 down here on the line. And now it's only going to be 4. Zayden Smith's backing up.
Kolka's got Rowan Walker in the backfield. He gets it to him. Goes up the middle. Gets to about the 38, 39-yard
Rowan
line.
Walker on the carry.
And it'll be signaled first down.
And it'll be enough.
Gain of
First
5,
down,
ball
State
at
High.
the Little Lions 39. That is a State High first down.
One thing I will say about this Cumberland Valley defense is they've done a good job of limiting explosive plays. They had that one coverage bust for the touchdown, obviously, to Williams. But other than that, they've done a good job of keeping it manageable, keeping the ball in front of them, keeping this a close game.
So a new first and 10 situation. Kolko will take it. Throws it to the right side, nearly intercepted. That was broken up by Beck Collins on the Cumberland Valley defense. It'll be 2nd and 10. But if you're State High, you're thankful that wasn't picked off and you avoid an interception there.
Yeah, if you're Connor Kolka, you're happy to have that one back. He almost threw an interception on a similar play last week. Yeah, it's one that you're, as soon as you let go, you know, it's not looking good. And he's lucky to get this one back and have a chance to convert here.
So 2nd and 10 from the 39, 3:42 remaining. Kolka will hand it off. And that's Walker, who does not get very far. About a yard, if anything.
And these Eagles are very well coached defensively. They're not afraid to tackle. They come up in the box,
Carson Davis
limit bigger runs.
Cumberland Valley.
And we have an injured Little Lion down.
We'll step away during this injury. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome you back to Memorial Field, where State High had an injured player who walked off the field. That is good to see. And play will resume here. 3rd down and 9 from the 40-yard line. State High looking to pick up a first down.
And this is where I look for Daimir Code, right? Daimir Code is your best receiver probably. And he's matched up here at the bottom, one-on-one.
Kolka will take the snap. He aims it for Code, but it is short and out of bounds. And it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, they were thinking the same thing as me, right? Again, players over plays, but that ball came off of Kolka's hand weird. Well short of Code there, who was just running a go route, and that ball traveled out of bounds around the 40, 45-yard line, so definitely short of his target there.
Shane Markowski on the field will send this one away. Elijah Sherman, the deep man, back to receive. Line up around the 25-yard line of Cumberland Valley. Markowski going to take off with it. They're going to fake this.
Did he get it? It's close.
And did he get it?
Shane Markowski on the run for State College.
And you know what?
Gain of 9.
That's something that was kind of in the scouting report that I had. Markowski did this week 1 against Gateway here at Memorial Field. He just kept the ball for a big gain. And this is something that they kind of do, right? He rolls out kind of the Aussie-style punting that teams like to do now. And if you see green grass, you should run. And he ran and picked up the first down.
So the trick play works to perfection. A first down for State High. Shaden Markowski doing it all tonight.
And who said punters aren't athletes, right?
Hey, I always say it. Punters are people too. Hands it off up the middle. That's Walker.
Walker on the carry for State College. Gain of 5.
And Rowan Walker's played very well despite missing the Syracuse commit Deontay Sheffy in this game. Rowan Walker's definitely stepped up. And like you said earlier, that next man up mentality.
So it'll be 2nd and 5 from the 46. Walker had a 5-yard gain there.
Watch the screen and go! Watch the screen and go!
If you can hear the voices in the background, with the Cumberland Valley coordinators up here hanging out with us tonight. Coco will take the snap, hands it off Walker.
And these linebackers for the Eagles are flying up and making tackles. Good job with gap soundness, being able to make sure you're not shooting the wrong gap, keep gap integrity, make sure to, again, limit these big runs.
So once again, 3rd down here for State High. It'll be 3rd and 4 this time. Just past midfield, they're at the Cumberland Valley 44-yard line. Up 17-7, looking to add on more.
And I imagine this is 4-down territory, wouldn't you think?
One of their last times on 4th down, I was going to say, they went for it and got a touchdown. But we'll see what happens here. Coco will take it. He'll throw it down the right side, intended for Lustig, but incomplete. Just goes over him. Once again, that'll set up 4th down.
And that was that pump and go that we saw earlier for a touchdown on the other side. State High tries it here. And he was open, but an overthrow by Connor Kolka. Now the punt team comes out.
So Markowski back on the field. We'll see if he punts this one away or if he takes off again. Shepard back near the 10. He's ready for it. Markowski will kick it this time. And this is going to be punted and head into the end zone for a touchback. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Cumberland Valley with 56 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Down 17-7. And with time getting shorter by the play, shorter by the drive, Cumberland Valley going to need to get some points on the board here before they eventually run out of time in this one. I want to thank you again for tuning in with us tonight. Colin Crissey, Adam Pietrzak, and the rest of the CNET crew. We're happy to have you along with us through Cumberland Valley and State High.
Look for a slant up top. We got good leverage there, looking for, Abby's pointing out, there's a blitzer off the edge there.
Stamey will take the snap. Throws it to the left side of the field, complete. That's to Jaden Urol.
Colton Stamey's pass is complete to Jaden Urol.
Urol's been busy in this game, like I said earlier.
Gain of 13
You wouldn't necessarily know that Zayden Smith was the one with all the offers, the way that Urol's been getting the ball in this game.
So it'll be a 1st down for Cumberland Valley. They have definitely been outmatched in the 1st down department tonight compared to State High. And maybe that is why the Little Lions are up by 10 on the scoreboard. With 34 seconds time winding down here in this 3rd quarter, Cumberland Valley's got another play or two to run here before the quarter ends. Sammy will take it, fires it, has his man. That's Torin Lang, his first catch of the night.
That was a good catch.
Oh, that was Jaden Urol, actually.
No, I think you had it right. I think
Cooper Ingold makes the tackle for State
I saw
High.
number 12 receive that one.
Yeah, that was the I think that was a mistake there.
The PA announcer thought it was Urol again.
Correct.
As time winds down here in the 3rd quarter, we'll take this to the 4th. It'll be 2nd and 7. When we come back, Cumberland Valley ball. Don't go anywhere.
Fans, we would ask for your assistance in keeping our stadium clean tonight. Before you leave this evening, please dispose of all garbage in the cans located throughout the stadium. Your help policing our home is greatly appreciated.
back at Memorial Field here as the fourth quarter is about to begin with Cumberland Valley handling the possession. 2nd and 7. Colton Stammy will take it. Fires it complete.
Good catch by Zayden Smith.
And that'll be a first down for
Colton
Cumberland
Sammy's
Valley.
pass is complete to Zayden Smith.
And I imagine the Eagles are going to start going a little bit of tempo here. We're under 12 left in the game, of course, and like we said earlier, no 2-minute warning. So it's really your timeouts are at a premium, time is at a premium, and the Eagles need to keep converting first downs and put some points on the board.
If you're keeping your eye on anything, keep your eye on the clock management for Cumberland Valley. See what they can do here in the final quarter of this game, trailing by 10. Every second is crucial. Snap to Stammy. Fires it complete. Got his man Brody Pines. Gets past midfield.
Colton Stammy's pass is complete.
Brody Pines, of course, had that big fumble in the first half that went State High's way. There he did a nice job getting positive yardage. And, of course, Brody Pines has also been great defensively tonight as well.
With the clock already down to 11 minutes left, a 2nd and 4 for Cumberland Valley. The Eagles have it on the State High 47-yard line.
Too high from State High. Now they're shifting the middle field closed. We'll see what that means. Look up the
gets
seams.
A snap. Takes off and is taken down right at midfield.
And that
Colton Stammy
is that Sheffy there?
Sacked.
That is indeed Anthony Sheffy on the
makes
sack.
the play for State College.
Well, we were talking about Deontay Sheffy, but Anthony Sheffy makes a great play there and forces down a 3rd and long for these Eagles.
You still get your weekly dosage of Sheffy from State High. As it's 3rd and 7 now from the 50.
I like this matchup on the bottom. Two of the best receivers here for these teams. Zayden Smith on Daimir Code in man coverage.
3rd and 7. Stammy takes the snap. Fires it deep down the field, and that's going to be overthrown.
Colton
No
Stammy's
flags on the
pass
play,
is
and you'll have
incomplete.
4th down and 7
It's fourth
for Cumberland
down.
Valley. And a big decision here. It looks like they're going to be punting this one away, and State High is going to get the ball back.
Yeah, I think Stammy kind of had to rush that throw due to the pressure. He actually had Zayden Smith coming free on the drag, but he ran out of time. And I actually might be going for it here. They have a quarterback switch with Wolf in the game now.
They do. Cameron Wolf on the field for Cumberland Valley.
Yep, everybody's still in the game here.
They
offensively.
are going for it. Cameron Wolf out there.
Huge,
Rocco Bushman lined up in the backfield.
huge size mismatch at the bottom, and I think that's why State High is going to take the timeout.
State College.
So State High takes their first timeout of the second half. They're down to 2 now. Perhaps going to talk this strategy over here.
Well, they had the 6'4" receiver on the 5'11" Ingold, so that 5-inch mismatch, you take the timeout, make sure you're in the right defense because this is the biggest play of the game so far.
And I will admit, I was a tiny bit surprised to see the punting unit on the field at first for Cumberland Valley. I mean, they are from midfield, yes, but in the situation they're in, down 10 now with under 10 minutes to go, you got to be thinking about points.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 9:54 left, like you said, right? No 2-minute warning, so you have your 3 timeouts to stop the clock. But, I mean, you're running out of time here. You're down 10 points. You're down 2 scores. Who knows how many drives you're going to get left in this game with the ball. So if you convert, that would be great. And, again, we saw Wolf come in, and now we have another quarterback switch.
Stammy is back in at quarterback. Looks like he still has Bushman in the backfield.
And this is a better size mismatch for State High at the bottom.
So here we go, crucial play, 4th and 7 from the 50. Stammy will take it. Gonna be throwing. Aims downfield. He has his man, that's Pines. No, he does not, it's incomplete.
Yeah, Pines was open. It was a little underthrown. Pines tried to come back and make that play. Wasn't able to come up with it. And now State High is looking to put away this game.
It looks like from my view he had that completed, but he did not. It was just short, and State High will take over from midfield. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. Like Colin said, trying to put this game away. Leading 17-7. Drain as much clock as they can.
You know what? And I want to mention how good State High's looked despite the injuries, right? Not having Deontay Sheffy, and then Max Vendemia is on the sideline with a sling around his arm. So without two of your better players, they've looked good anyway.
9:48 left in the game. Kolka will take the snap. He's going to aim deep down the field. And that pass broken up.
Almost intercepted there again.
Connor Kolka's pass is incomplete. 2nd and 10. State
It'll be
High.
2nd and 10 from midfield. Kolka taking a deep shot on the second play, or first play of the drive. Perhaps a little surprising execution there. You'd think maybe State High wants to run the ball a little bit, drain as much clock as they can here. But instead going for the deep shot on the first play. I mean, when you think you have your man, you go for it, but...
No, I agree with you, Adam. I would take the time down in this game, but that was an aggressive shot.
Did not work out there, but now it's Walker running up the middle here on 2nd down.
They're pushing the pile.
Pushing the pile, still going. Play has not been ruled dead. Still pushing. Coach is yelling from upstairs, blow the whistle.
You know what? I don't blame him because the way that the rules are made is so that it benefits the offense, right? The offense is able to push and keep the legs shorting. If the defense does it, it's called a penalty for a late hit or something like that, defenseless player. So I don't blame him for being mad at all.
So now 3rd and 1 from the 39-yard line. They go right back to Walker, and he's going to get it. First down, State High.
For State College.
Yeah, now the Cumberland Valley defensive coordinator is upset about how early State High moved there on that ball. As soon as he called for a snap, there was movement. The ball wasn't even snapped yet. Probably could have been a full start, not called. And now State High again looking to put away this game.
So 1st and 10. State High will take it from the 39. They lead by 10. It's 17-7. Not as much scoring nearly as last week, but they have the lead. Kolka dropping back. He's going to fire it across the middle. Has his man complete. That's Lustig. Gets down near the 20. Another first down. They continue to move the chains.
Yeah, Hank Lustig might have to be the MVP of this game so far. I mean, that is a great hands catch over the middle of the field. That ball could have been overthrown. Uses his hands, brings that in, turns upfield, and gets about 16 or 17 on that play.
So it'll be from the 22, 1st and 10. State High has two goals in mind here. Burn the clock and get in the end zone. Continue to run up the score. Continue to drain the clock. Put this game away, in essence, is the plan here for State High.
And they've definitely been more aggressive than I expected, like you have mentioned, but we'll see what they do here.
They hand it off. That's Williams moving toward the left side. Breaks some tackles. Gets down near the 15.
That was actually Michael Urey. He hasn't been playing a ton today. I expected to see a little bit more of him with Deontay Sheffy out of the game. But, yeah, he does a good job there. And now State High's in the red zone.
So State High in the red zone here. We'll have a 2nd down play. 2nd and 3. They're at the 15-yard line. Looking to get in the end zone for the 2nd time tonight. Kolka will hand it off. Going up the middle, I believe that's Urey again. And not much of a gain that time.
On the carry for State College.
And they continue to let this clock drain.
Martin Francis leading
And definitely kind of a
charge
frustrating
for
game
Cumberland
defensively
Valley.
for Cumberland Valley. They've done, like I said, a good job of limiting
3rd
explosive
and
plays.
2, State High.
Really just that one big explosive play to Kellen Williams. But other than that, they've done a really good job of limiting the explosives. It's just frustrating because it feels like a death by 1,000 cuts if you're the Eagles. But they've done a good job this game. And
Just above 7 minutes left in this one.
Cumberland Valley showing blitz. We'll see if they check out of it. They were showing pressure for both linebackers, one up the A gap, one up the B gap.
Rowan Walker back in the backfield. He'll take it on this play. Moving toward the left side, wrestling with some defenders and goes down just beyond the 10-yard line.
Rowan Walker on
And
the
that's a
carry.
first down.
Gain
That'll be a
of
first
5.
down for State High.
Ball
Continuing
spotted
to move the
inside Cumberland
chains.
Valley 10. That is a State High first down.
Colin, I know you're to the right here. I'm going to move toward you so I can get the best view possible of this play.
Yeah, now that we're in the red zone, you kind of have to shift around to see around these poles here in the Larry M. Beans press box. Beautiful press box.
Absolutely. It's such an amazing view up here.
Oh, unbelievable. We have the church in the background. We got Penn State campus around us. It's beautiful.
Kolka takes it, hands it off Walker, moving up the middle, gets near the 5.
Rowan Walker on the carry for State College.
It'll be second and down, about
Gain of 5.
a 5-yard gain
bring
there.
up second down.
I was going to say 4 or 5, and I was right. 5-yard gain sets up 2nd and 4 from the 4-yard line. Well, I guess the yardage doesn't really matter. It's 2nd and goal.
For sure, yeah. I mean, you have 3 opportunities here to put it in. You could, again, take a field goal, but, again, you want to put it in for 6.
Sounds like we have some fireworks going on behind us.
Yeah, for sure. They're ready for a state high touchdown, that's for sure.
We're testing them for victory.
Yep, getting them ready.
6 minutes to go here in the game. Kolka takes a snap, hands it off Walker, trying to wrestle his way into the end zone. Does not get there, but gets closer. And it'll be 3rd and goal here.
On the carry for State College.
Again, I mentioned this a bunch of times, but the Eagles have really done a good job eliminating explosives, being gap sound, making State High beat you.
3rd down, State High.
So it'll be 3rd down and goal. If you're looking at specific numbers, 3rd and 2 from the 2-yard line. With 5.5 minutes to go, State High doing what we said they had to. Get some yardage and burn the clock.
We could see a screen up top, just the way that we saw Lustig have that walk-in touchdown last week against Harrisburg. We could see that here with man coverage. We'll see, though.
Kolka will hand it off. That's Walker again. Does not get in, but gets closer.
Rowan Walker
And State High is going to have an interesting decision here. It's going to be 4th and goal. What will they do? Do they look to punch it in
Yeah,
for another 6 or 7 points?
I would say why not, right? Even if you don't get it, it's still a 2-score game. They have to go the entire length of the field.
And it looks like that's going to be the plan. They are going for it here on 4th down.
Again, we've seen a lot of runs in a row. Like I said, look for a potential screen here. And there's a whistle.
Looks like we got a
and
timeout.
A Cumberland Valley timeout.
For Cumberland Valley.
Cumberland Valley.
Again,
So-
timeouts at are premium, but I understand that taking the timeout to make sure you get the play right because, again, this is the most important play of the game. If you're not able to get the stop here, the game's pretty much over, so make sure you get the right call.
So the Eagles taking their first timeout of the second half. Each team with 2 remaining. 4:43 to go here in the 4th quarter. A 17-7 lead for State High. And we're going to see what they decide to do here on 4th and goal. It looked like they were planning on going for it. They had Rowan Walker lined back up in the backfield once again. Could you see a field goal from Markowski here, or do you think they go for this?
I think they go for this. I don't think there's any reason not to. I mean, you're at the, 2-yard line? Yeah, if you punch this in, this game is essentially over. If not, again, you have to make the other team go 98 yards with 4:43, and then they still need to score again. So I personally think there's no reason not to go for this, but we'll see if maybe they change their mind here.
So the Little Lions headed back out on the field.
Yep, and it is
and
the
they
offense.
will be going for this on 4th down. It'll be 4th and goal. At the worst, you have Cumberland Valley running their offense from the 2-yard line. State High looking to add at least 6 more points on. Man in motion to the right. Kolka will keep it. Fires it wide open for the touchdown.
Is good for
Wow,
2
what a
yards to
cool
Lukac
play design.
and a State
That was Jake
High
Lukac.
touchdown.
That's kind of what they call Y hide, right? You shift everybody open to the right. They run these rollouts so often, and when Kolka ran to the right, so did Cumberland Valley. Throw back to the left to a wide open Lukac. And now the extra points pending, and this one is all but over.
And as Kevin Harlan says best, that may be the dagger.
And as Mike Breen says best, bang!
Markowski adds on another. 24-7. State High leads with
Markowski's
4.5 to go.
good.
This one all but over from Memorial Field.
With
But we'll see you back here for the
remaining
final
in the
stretch
fourth quarter, your
right after
score,
this.
State
Don't go
College
anywhere.
24, Cumberland Valley 7.
Memorial Field, where State High just added on 7 more and perhaps put this game away. But with 4:38 left, we'll see what Cumberland Valley has up their sleeve. We'll see if there's a comeback in the balance or if State High will be improving to 2-2. Markowski sends it away. Shepard back to receive it. He'll take it in the end zone. It'll be a touchback for Cumberland Valley. First and 10 from their own 20-yard line coming up.
First and 10 at the Eagles 20.
If you're just tuning in, State High now leads at 24-7. We have 4 minutes, 38 seconds remaining. 2 timeouts left for each team. Colin Crissey, Adam Pietrzak, Ben Barker on graphics, and the rest of the CNET crew.
Yeah, our amazing
providing
CNET
you
team.
The best football broadcast possible. So 4:38 left. We'll see what Cumberland Valley decides to do here on 1st and 10.
Yeah, you have to expect tempo now when you're down this much.
You got Colton Stamey out there at quarterback.
And there's
And a
a
flag
whistle.
down.
And maybe a full start. Oh, no, delay game.
Delay game. Offense. 5 yards down. First down.
And you don't want to start to drive out with the penalty, of course.
So Cumberland Valley will move back 5 more yards. It'll be 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10. Something we've seen happen more than once from both sides tonight.
Oh, yeah,
Lots of penalties in this game.
for sure.
Stamey will take it. Fires it. That is incomplete. Pass was intended for Torrin Lang.
Yeah, just a little wide.
Colton Stamey's pass is incomplete.
It'll be 2nd and 15 from the 15-yard line
2nd and 15, Cumberland Valley.
for Cumberland Valley.
Yeah, and the Eagles remember how this game went last year. State High was able to win that one. They have not beaten them since 2023, and so, yeah, sometimes those losses cut deeper, and you just hope you put together a good drive here, make it closer, and have a chance in this one.
Looking like that will continue. Stamey will take it, moves to the left side, fires it down the field complete. That's Shepard. Shepard's going to get past the 35 and go down at about the Sherman, I apologize, about on the 36-yard line.
Yes, and I said earlier in the game, Sherman's a dynamic athlete with the ball in his hand, whether that's running the ball, whether that's catching the ball, whether that's defensively. He's a guy who you want to have
First down,
the ball in his
Eagles
hand.
at the
So
Cumberland Valley 35.
good job by the Eagles. Got to get up, though, and you got to get this snap off. Keep hurrying up here.
So if you're the Eagles, just keep getting more yards.
Taking a while now. Here we go.
So here we go. Stamey will take it, fires it to the left side, right side. That's complete.
Colton Stamey's
That is
pass
Jaden Erol,
complete
who's
to
had
Jaden
a
Erol.
productive night for the Eagles.
Gain of
The only
4
problem
at
with
the play
Erol
over
there
on
is that
2nd
should have
and
been,
6.
he should have been able to walk out of bounds, stop the clock, but he had to come up, fall down to make that catch because the ball was short, and now the clock keeps running.
So 3:37 left. Stamey takes a snap, fires it down the left side, complete. That's Erol again. Gets past midfield to about the 47-yard line of State High.
Stamey's pass is
Another
complete
first
to
down for
Jaden
Cumberland
Erol.
Valley. They keep on moving the chains and keep on marching down the field.
And doesn't it feel like this
First
so
down,
often in these
Cumberland
games that
Valley,
tempo
State
works
High
so well
48.
towards the end of the half or end of the game, and you feel like, why didn't you just do this the whole game, right? They're moving the ball well on this drive.
So from the 48, they continue. 1st and 10. Stamey will fire it, has a man. That's Sherman.
Colton
I got it
Stamey's
right this
pass
time.
is complete
Yep,
to
another
Elijah
first down.
Sherman.
Clock stops momentarily
First
here
right
while the
off
ball's
tackle
being
for
spotted.
State College.
And you got to
First
get another
down,
call,
Eagles
maybe 2 at a time here,
State High,
so you don't have to use
37.
as much time.
So just about 3 minutes left here from Memorial Field, home of the State College Little Lions. Cumberland Valley still with it. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Stamey drops back. Fires it to the left side. That one complete to
Colton
Zayden
Stamey's
Smith.
pass is
And
complete
Zayden
to
Smith is out of
Zayden
bounds, so
Smith.
that stops the clock. That's a huge play here to stop the clock. Again,
Gain
I would
of
get
6
2
on
calls
the
at
play,
a time,
second down, Cumberland
so that
Valley.
way you don't have to take the time between plays to get the call right.
So 2nd and 4, but the clock stops at 2:46. Something that does work in the favor of Cumberland Valley here. looking to add some more points on the board, make this one as interesting as they can. Sammy takes a snap, drops back near the 40-yard line, going to fire it down the field. Has his man complete. That's Zayden Smith again. And that'll be another first down for Cumberland Valley.
Yeah, and we're starting to see why Zayden Smith has offers from teams like Penn State and Ohio State, right?
Cooper Ingold on the
Big
stop,
target,
first
good
and
hands.
First down, Cumberland
Really
Valley.
can run at that size. And we're already set up here in the red zone.
So a red zone opportunity here for Cumberland Valley. Sammy will take it, drop back toward the left side, throws on the run. That one was intended for.
Pass is incomplete. 2nd and 10.
It looks like
Valley.
Wolf,
Yeah, that was for Wolf.
but incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know, Adam, we talked about this pregame, but these weren't the only 2 teams to be practicing on this field today. The Villanova Wildcats are in town to play Penn State tomorrow, and they practiced here earlier on this field.
Yes, indeed they did. Number 2 Penn State takes on Villanova tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Catch that one from Beaver Stadium, just down the street. 2nd and 10, Stammy fires, complete. That's Smith again. Or was that ruled incomplete?
No, I think he caught it there on the sideline, got out of bounds again. And this is really why, this is really one of those things, I mean, this is why it matters to be trying here, you know, hard at the end of the game, see what works, see what doesn't. And clearly Zayden Smith works. He's a guy who I think should get the ball a ton next week. And Wolf is in the game at quarterback.
So 3rd down, Wolf will take it. He'll go himself up the middle.
Ooh,
We'll see the
just
ruling. It
short.
looks like he could have been in,
I thought
but
so
it's
too.
going to be ruled
Cameron
just
Wolf
short.
on the carry for Cumberland
So a
Valley.
very interesting situation here. 4th down.
All spotted
without a
inside the
doubt.
1-yard line.
Oh,
First and goal.
they
First
give
and goal
him
at
the
the
1st
1.
down.
Here you go. He's getting up right on the ball. Put this in as
So
soon as
Wolf
possible.
stays in. Takes a snap, going to try
And
and
he's
rush it in himself. He'll get in. Touchdown, Cumberland Valley.
Cameron Wolf with the 1-yard
They
run
add
for
6
a
points
Cumberland
on the
Valley
board.
touchdown.
You got to think they'll be going for 2, right?
Let's see. Going for 2 would make it 15. It's still a 9. Nah, I mean, you just kick the extra point
Kicker
here.
is on the field
Yeah.
here. So no, Chase Snyder's going to look to knock this through and
know,
make it a 10-point game.
The Eagles of Cumberland Valley can't be that popular here playing Hail to the Victors after scoring a touchdown. Of course, that's Michigan's fight song. If you grew up in a Penn State household, you know different words to that song than maybe Michigan sings.
And they'll nail the extra point. Snyder gets it to make it a 10-point game with just under 2 minutes left, 1:59 left here.
Your score, State College.
So last week we saw an onside kick work in the way of State High. It's a cool onside kick where they kind of just popped up the ball, had their fastest guy go down the field and get the ball. We'll see what kind of onside kick the Eagles run. Are they going to run the traditional onside kick where they hit the ball on the ground and hope it bounces around 10 yards and the guy can get it? Or are they going to kind of do kind of a cool, pop up in the air, hope a guy can run under it and catch it? Or we'll see what they try and do, but definitely an onside kick is coming.
Either way, you'll see something along those lines. It's the right decision for Cumberland Valley and pretty much the only thing they can do to try and stay in this one. Regardless if this ball gets to State High, you're looking at an end-of-game situation here. But Cumberland Valley going to do everything they can to try and get this ball back. State High does have one man back near the 15-yard line.
Yep, so they're showing 6 on the field side here. Let's see if they kick it that way.
Snyder motioned.
Ball falls off the tee.
To go for an onside here, but the ball does fall off the tee, so they'll have to reset.
So, yeah, he's aiming down towards the bottom of the screen here. And, again, the traditional onside kick, ball would pop up here. Let's see.
Onside kick.
Ooh.
It gets past State High and goes out of bounds.
And a flag because he kicked it out of bounds.
So that'll be a free kick out of bounds penalty.
Yep. That ball was hit very hard. It's not a bad idea to hit it hard like that because you hope if you get the bounce right, it can pop up in the air. You know, you really need to hit it hard to have some spin on it, but just a little bit too much mustard. And State High lets it go out of bounds, and they get the ball here
Free kick out of bounds.
under 2 minutes,
5 yards.
looking to end the game.
First down.
So State High will take it That was a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 48.
And Adam,
Looking to put the finishing touches on this one tonight.
Adam, what do you think about the rotation at quarterback for Cumberland Valley? I mean, do you think that's a good strategy for them going forward, or would you like to see one guy over the other, or what do you think about that?
It's tough to tell because we didn't see a lot from Wolf tonight. Stammy looks solid, but yeah, you know, it's a good strategy to have, to go with 2 quarterbacks possibly, as that's Walker going up the middle.
And Cumberland Valley does use those timeouts.
Rowan Walker on the run.
So we'll get the second timeout of the game from Cumberland Valley here.
Timeout, Cumberland Valley. Their second charge.
And you got to feel good if you're State High Little Lions, because last week didn't go your way. Obviously, that double overtime loss to Harrisburg really kind of took the wind out of this team's sails. But to come back out here at home, be up by 2 scores late like this, get a good decisive win at home, feel good going into next week. And we'll be back on the air next week, correct?
I don't think we will. I think it might be till October for football again, but we do appreciate everybody that's been with us on CNET, listening to us tonight. Colin Crissey, Adam Pietrzak, Ben Barker, the rest of our CNET crew. We're very thankful to have you tuned in with us tonight in what's been a fun game.
I know, it looks like we will be home next week for Chambersburg. And then after that, State High plays 2 in a row on the road, and then we're back here.
So a handoff, Walker down the left side. And he gets down to about the 35-yard line.
And that is a huge first down, because now that will end this game.
Gain of 11 on the play. Beck Collins makes the tackle for Cumberland Valley.
So it looks like Cumberland Valley will not be using their timeout here.
That is a State High first down.
And it doesn't matter even if they did, because like you said, the game is over. State High can just kneel it out from here.
You got to give credit to these Eagles, though. They came up from Mechanicsburg. They played a competitive game. Like I said, I've given a lot of praise to this defense, and they should be proud because they played their hearts out today. A couple big plays changed the direction of this game. Of course, that coverage bust. Williams had that touchdown. And then, of course, that punt that hit off one of their own players' backs. A big recovery for State High.
So Coco will kneel it with just about a minute left. He'll do that 1 or 2 more times. And State High will go home with a win in this one. 24-14 will be your final. The State College Little Lions over the Cumberland Valley Eagles.
And I would like to give out a shout out once again to the bands. They were excellent again today.
Absolutely.
Both schools' bands played at half.
Great halftime show.
State High with what I'm calling the best damn high school band in the land. That's what I'm going with.
Taking inspiration from the Ohio State band there.
I am.
As Kolka nails it off. Nails it off one more time, and that'll be the end of this one. State High back in the win column, bounces back from last week, and takes this one 24-14. The Little Lions over the Eagles of Cumberland Valley. As time winds down, we'd like to thank you for tuning in with us tonight. Alongside my broadcast partner, Colin Crissey, I'm Adam Pietrzak. We had Ben Barker doing amazing work on graphics again tonight. Shout out to the rest of the CNET crew. Thank you for tuning in with us tonight, and we'll see you next time.
We thank you for your support.